Hello. Good to see you.
Alright there, Revenants. Welcome back to Code Vein and the Road to 100, where today we are here in the parking deck, or otherwise known as the Ruined City Center. Now, the parking deck is kind of the main hub of this entire area. All the pathways kind of crisscross through it, and that's why I always call it the parking deck. But anyways, we do have a little bit of a kidney action going on here, sort of, and some maybe a liver here. Anyways, all the body parts, right? So for today, when you can't be fast enough, what you can do is you can slow the enemy down. And so that's what we're going to be running here with the Sunset Hammer, since you kind of find it in this area as well. We found the or the regular heavy axe in the previous area, so we use that one. We'll find the Sunset Hammer here, so we'll use this one, and we'll kind of continue that same feeling as we go along. Some of it won't make sense, but we'll make do with what we have in each area. So here we're going to run Artemis. I know it sounds kind of weird, like why would you run Artemis, which is not a strength build, to, do any kind of actual damage here with the hammer itself. But the nice thing is that this thing scales on on dexterity, and so since we have a very high dex here, we put on a strength and dex up, or we could use somatic zeal here, and if we wanted to do kind of the same thing, but it would be on a cooldown basis, and I would like to have it active all the time. So we are going to not run, oops, my mouse is like missing some of the pad here. Anyways, we are going to run Bloodsucking Blades here, but we are going to run, instead of Eva, we're going to run regular Mia, and she will give us her stack of Bloodsucking Blades, so we will have Hunting Feast and Bloodsucking Blades active all the time, and so we don't, that's kind of like another gift that we don't have to really worry about. And because our cooldowns here are fairly low, in the, less than 10-second range, we're going to run Legion Punisher because we will be ganged up on several enemies at once, and because we do have double or maybe a triple increase to our gift speed, we will be fast enough with Legion Punisher that I don't foresee too many issues using it. Now we do have on our hammer here, we do have 10% of blood, so all our enemies, they, as they may or may not have a weakness to blood, we have to keep that in account at all times here. So where we lack in our speed, we will hopefully potentially slow the enemy down, and then that will hopefully enable us to get onto the enemy faster, because they will be much slower. So all the problem with all of that, though, is that our dodge timings and all of that kind of get shifted and changed, and so we have to kind of keep that in mind as we go along here. Yeah, get him, Mia. Okay, and we do get quite a bit of high core back on a initial on an initial strike. We get about 3 or 4, depending on how we hit the enemy, but it is very, very good regardless. And you can see there he was slowed, and he just kind of stood there for a second because he didn't know what to do. Okay, now he's slowed, and you can see that as their reaction times, whoops, are a little bit really, really off when they are slowed, we can actually get towards them very, very fast and not really have any issues. So, and it can set us up for a backstab if we need it, or if we, have access to anything like that at the time. Okay, so for our backstabs, we get 9 Ichor on a backstab, which is pretty good, and we do have Blast Bolt active to us here as well, and we are able to kind of cast that over and over and over whenever we want, just because of the fact that we really, really, really have no super problems when we use that, because it's an incredible, whoops, okay, I don't know what I was doing there, but we have really, really, really good ability here to take the fight to the enemy. We just don't have any survivability really, in any kind of way almost. Now we do have pretty good damage because we are running a Dex Veil, and so since we have really high Dex at an A, we do very, very well regardless. Now our cooldowns on our gifts here are pretty long, as you can see, and so that is a kind of a problem for us, but we are really only set up for one-on-one kind of battles here with the enemy, because of how this build operates fully. So keep that in mind, right? It's kind of unfortunate that that is the way that it is, but it works out fair enough for us. Now, this is a real problem for this lady because she resists blood, and since we run blood on our hammer, you know, obviously we're going to be seeing some super reduced damage amounts here. But again, that is the whole point of running a slow hammer, is that, you know, if you can't get to the enemy fast enough, as you saw there, she really couldn't do much because she was slowed basically the whole time because of her weakness to slow. And so it works out for us in the end fairly well. I think we should go ahead and rest here just because of the fact of we're down 2 heals and we do have an invasion coming up, and that is going to be, you know, a super problem for us. Now we do have a little bit of a mix here of gifts and weapon damage itself, and so it's kind of nice to kind of flip it back and forth between the two, but you know, it doesn't always have to be that way, and it is very, very nice that we have access to that, because sometimes, you know, you want to shoot something at a distance, right, and you just don't have the damage or the weapon type for it, and so you can absolutely you know, speed things up here a little bit by slowing down the enemy. I know it's kind of like a counterintuitive thing, but it's kind of, whoops, okay, well that was a waste, so let's try and get some backstabs here to get our Ichor back that we just wasted there, and it'll give us time for cooldowns to go, and we should be completely fine. There we go. And you can see that these guys don't really pose, you know, significant risk to us, but that's completely fine. And now we got Ninja Boy, and he is one that you absolutely would like to slow down. Okay, and because we are quick mobility most of the time, we do very, very, very well to you know, engage on the enemy when we need to here. Okay, so here for this kind of engagement, it's a really, really, really bad scenario for doing multiple enemies, so we will just you know, take our time here a little bit with them. Oh, okay. And that is why these guys are dangerous, because they gang up on you in multiple enemies. So, and you can be ambushed very, very quickly. Okay, so let's go this way, and then we'll head back and do the invasion, because we have to do all the invasions in the Road to 100. And so we will continue over this way for now, and then we'll head back and do the other one. Okay, and this guy. Good. Okay, let's get rid of this guy while we can. Alright, good. And now we are super slow mode here. Good. And let's see if we can... Oh, no. Can't get a backstab. Okay, now that we have slow weapon and everything, let's go get the invasion going. And we have Blood-Sucking Blades active. Now you can see that we don't really have as much Ichor recovery as we had with the Heavy Axe. But, that's okay. Okay, let's get an attack here. Sounds like they're behind us. Okay. What? Okay. Good. What is Mia doing here? Okay. Very, very nice. Let's go for a Legion Punisher here. Very good. Okay. Whoops. Alright, let's see. Get rid of the dog. Old doggo. Let's get our slow weapon going. Let's go for a slow cartridge. There we go. And that stopped that guy in his tracks, and it slowed him down, the ninja boy. And so he was not able to run up on us, which was very, 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 very good, because he would have ninja kicked me in the face and probably would have killed me. And so it is very, very nice when that can happen. And these guys are basically free I-core, basically, because they get slowed so easily and quickly. Oops. Okay, and we're just having a good old time here with the hammer build, making sure that, you know, all the enemies are killed appropriately and slowed down. Now, we do have our extra amazing friends here, the monkeys, that we can really, really, really do well with the hammer set here, just because they, you know, get slowed down, and we can get rid of them very, very quickly and slow them, you know, in order to get rid of everything that they have active. Okay, we'll get a backstab, and we'll get a couple of hits. We'll get him slowed up here, and we'll go for the kill as we can. Now, we do have Charge Accelerator, which we haven't used too terribly at all, literally at all, here along the way. So we will get into why we have that, because you can kill and you can, you know, get slow going very, very quickly, very, very easily, and you can pancake people very, very fast, which is very, very nice. Okay, and like, oops, okay, this guy was a little delayed there, unfortunately. There we go. That's what I wanted. And that's where Charge Accelerator does come in very, very handy. Okay, and it helps you get the jump on these guys, you know, very, very quickly, very, very easily. And having slow along the way here is pretty nice, especially when you have debuff buildup going, because it affects your slowing shot, it affects the chrome, and it affects binding marks and the slow cartridge. So it is really, really boosting everything here along the way. It's very, very different what the boosts are for each individual buff and everything along the way here. And so it's very, very nice to bring it along. So whenever you're running a hammer, if you can't make yourself faster than the enemy, like we did with the heavy axe, then what you can do is you can make the enemy slower, and it kind of evens it out in the end, which is really, really nice that is even the case and even possible to go for. Okay. Now this guy's gonna get slowed. We'll get a backstab, and because he's slowed now, he will not have a chance to really do anything when he gets out of his frames of coming off the floor. So now that we have blast bolt and everything, we can, you know, we can encourage this lady to come over here, and not the gunners. Okay. Now she's going to slow very, very easily here. Okay. And you can see how much slower she is. Okay, and we'll get a backstab for the kill probably. And that is the very, very nice thing about our build, is that our backstabs are pretty potent, even though, you know, we don't have, you know, a super shredder kind of level of ability here. Okay. And even though we do have what we do have, we can still take care of this bridge area pretty easily, pretty effectively, without really too many problems, you know, in any kind of reasonable fashion here. Okay, so let's go for, there we go. We'll get a little bit of I-core here, and then we'll go for, oh, we'll just back up here. There we go. And then we'll come around the back and get a backstab. And this is how running slow on an enemy can really help you. Is whoops, where, oh, she died. Is that it can position you for backstabs very easily and very quickly, which is really nice. That that's even possible, because most of the time, you know, you're trying to figure out where you're going and how to get to the back in order to get a backstab, and so it really helps you. Whoops. It really helps you position yourself for those encounters. Okay, and this is where, again, you know, having a charge accelerator there comes in very handy. And I can't see what she's doing at all there. Okay, let's push her out of the wall there and get a backstab, and then we will go right back into you know, our attacks here. Very good. And you can see that for most of the enemies, if they are slowed and you're in a one-on-one kind of scenario, you really don't have too much problem. And because we're increasing our charge attacks and we're increasing our gift attacks, everything is sped up on our end, while the enemy is slowed to a severe crippling crawl, and they really don't have any kind of ability to recover during the frames that they are staggered or stunned, I guess you could say, in a sense, because as you saw on that guy, as his body was moving backwards, he went into slow, and so he couldn't recover fast enough because of being slowed on the back stagger of the frames that he takes when he goes backwards. So it's very helpful, and especially here in the early game, it makes it really fun in order to kind of slow these guys up, because they do come in some big groups. But the reality is that even their big groups really aren't a match for you know, having something like this where we hit really hard along the way. Okay, so for Butterfly Land here, this is definitely going to be a problem here for us, but we should be okay, he says, before we absolutely get demolished. Okay. Okay, we definitely need to back up here. Now, Slow bought us, you know, basically that entire attack there. Now we do need not what we have running here. We definitely need, you know, a different gift here rather than lightning. Okay, let's back up. More slow on her. Okay. Whoa. I had no idea she was going after me. Okay. Okay, very nice. Okay, and we are out of stamina. So let's back up here and let's get a fire gift going. Sure. Okay, now we really need to be careful here, because we don't have our weapon stacked up here. Ouch. Okay. Oh, whoops. Oops. Okay, so that is a case of, you know, I didn't have the timing because she was slowed, which can definitely be a real problem sometimes. So let's go ahead and heal up here. Okay, let's go ahead and heal. Okay, and let's head over here. Okay, whoops. Ouch. Wow. Okay. We just got hammered, no pun intended, on that specific attack there. But wow, okay. So for the butterfly, this is the only status effect that does affect her. And so you can't use stun, inhibit, or poison for good reason on her. But you can slow her down. And it doesn't slow her much, but it's like a 25% reduction in her speed. and it feels like I don't actually have a number on that because I'm not looking at frame timings typically. That's too
All
much
prepared?
into the weeds for me.
Thanks.
But at some point, you know, I may run out of things to do, and that will be something I might get into later. But she does do very, very well with slow. Oops. And so it makes for, you know, at least a good enough slowing operation for her. Okay. There we go. Okay. Okay, and you can see that we are completely able to, you know, take her down effectively here. Very nice. Okay, let's get that slow build up going here. Okay. Oh, she's going after Mia there. That's unfortunate. Now we do have our gift Kraus on cooldown, so we definitely need to watch that for sure. Mia, just chill. Okay, let's get some slow going. Oh boy, this is not good. Yep, that is not good. Yep, come on Mia, heal me up. Okay, let's go ahead and heal, and we'll heal a couple times here just to kind of outlast the poison, hopefully. Okay. Alright, now we are out of slow, so we'll back up here. We'll get her slowed. Right. Okay, very good. Oh, nice. Oh, come on. We were right there, Mia. Oh, okay. Awesome. Okay, let's go ahead and heal up. Let's get quick mobility again, because that really helps. Okay, and then we should be able to just cast her from here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so pretty quick overall set here, but not as fast as what the heavy axe was last time. But the benefit that we bring to the table this time as compared to what we did last time is obviously the fact of having the ability to slow down the enemy in a pretty consistent manner. And Charge Accelerator is, you know, debatable here, but definitely helpful if you are wanting to flatten and pancake enemies over and over and over and over, because you can knock them down easily, you know, one after another. How many purebloods do we have? 95. So yeah, we're pretty well off here in this setup, especially for the butterfly here, because just of the fact that she does take access to slow, and so we can use that to our good benefit here, because Legion Punisher is kind of slow even with the double gift increases here. It still is pretty slow, but because she's such a big enemy, there's not really a dead zone for her, but there are dead zones in Legion Punisher that make it not an ideal gift. But because we get 3 hits, it really helps us to get 3 free hits of continually applying that slow debuff on the enemy. So very good. But yeah, I think this is all I had for today. If you, again, the tagline of this is just, if you aren't fast enough, slow the enemy down, and because you have to apply hasten to get quick mobility here, and you have these two, and the Sunset Hammer is just still not fast enough. So in order to make it comparable to a speed sense of reaction times and such, you can basically increase its speed by slowing everybody down. So anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow in probably the Howling Pit. We'll see you then.